Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy 360 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing TKOG. My boy, I'm a little late to this, but this is a big surprise for me. Honestly, I didn't think we are gonna get a ban list until after these YCSs coming up, especially the 3v3 Las Vegas one, which is the one I was looking forward to. I don't know if it's gonna be like a big deal or not. People have been telling me to check it out, but like I don't like spoilers. I don't want anything to be ruined, so I normally don't do these because most of the time, by the time I'm able to make a reaction video, I already know most of what's already got hit. So it's like it's not a reaction anymore. But I just want to see, so like just let the suspense build up, bro. Like I just really want to see what's up. What I'm thinking to myself is since Kashtira is like the deck to beat, well, like not the deck to beat, but one of the decks that are on the horizon. I'm thinking also because they released new support for tier, that Kashtira and tiers aren't going to be a touch. I'm not sure if they're going to ban stuff for sure. I'm thinking maybe they might do something to Shifter, maybe they might do something to Dweller. I'm thinking more so they're going to take stuff off. What I was thinking was like maybe they're going to give us some like older cards back, like maybe Hulk might come back off. I'm optimistic. Maybe Electromite. Let's see. I don't feel like it should be major because they want to sell their product. So they're not gonna hit any of the best decks right now. And I just saw the OTS reprints too with all those ultis. So I'm pretty sure. But let's get started, you guys. So just off the jump, Artifact Scythe is banned. Barrier Statue Store. Oh, they kind of busting my balls a little bit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I like Flu. I mean, with or without it, Flu's cool. I think this, like Scythe, that's fine. Like I've never really abused the card, so it's not like it's hurting me. I've rarely played any Scythe strategies, but these two make a lot of sense. This is pretty fair. However, I don't think this had anything to do, like this right here had anything to do with these YCSs coming up. Nobody's really abusing this card, and like with Bystials being in the format, like this is hard to resolve. This is warranted. If it wasn't going to be Flu, it's definitely going to be Kashtira that would get this card hit. I think we're still going to mess around with Snow. I think the approach I have with my Flus now is I'm definitely going to be messing around with Snow and just like use Snow on the trap to like double Book of Eclipse my opponent's fields and just apply pressure that way. It's still going to be like a really strong deck, but as long as they don't hit the actual like if they don't hit any of the actual Flu cards, the Flu deck's still good. So let's see. Dang, that kind of does hurt though, bro. Like you know what? I'm gonna be a little pressed now if they don't do anything to Sprite or Cash. That's new. That's just coming. If they don't do anything to Sprite, they don't do anything to maybe they'll slap Tier in the wrist. I don't think they're gonna do anything crazy. I don't think they're gonna hit any of the branded cards either. They just literally released it. But if they don't do anything to at least like see, and what I'm thinking is like if they do anything to Sprite, they're just gonna hit Toad. Cause remember last time how they hit Ronin Toad and that was like, oh, this is how we hit Sprite. So they're probably just gonna hit Totally Awesome, which sucks. They ban Totally Awesome all the time and like bring it back. But like they have to do something to somebody else now because like they're coming for me, bro. Like I love Flu. Like I'm gonna be a little pressed. Let me see. Oh, Kit. Oh. Let me have a moment in silence. Bro. Kids freaking banned, bro. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me talk to you after this. Kids freaking banned? This is wild. Wow. Wow. When is this effective? 1302. What does 1302 mean? What does that mean? I don't get that. Oh, do they mean like 1302? What does that mean? Like when is this effective? That's confusing. Do they mean March the 3rd? I mean, do they mean March the 2nd maybe? Maybe that's what they meant. That's wild though. I was kind of like hoping that Tier would like decline in popularity because I've been wanting to play it, but like That sucks. I mean, it sucks to an extent. Like it sucks. It does hit it. I feel like this is a good hit. Like if this is what they want to do, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure they still want to sell their product, so they're gonna leave tier to. They're gonna leave it playable. Oh, they hit Elf. Oh my god, that's kind of wild, bro. This kind of makes more sense. Like, okay, for example, this is somewhat abusable in like every deck. This is not abusable in every deck. But like Flu's crazy, right? And Cash can make barrier statue as well. Tier has been just a menace for a long time. Tier is like going down in history, like spirals, like dragon rollers. Like Tier's goated, like Dragon Link, Guard Dragon, like Dragon Link. Like Tier's kind of crazy because their interactions come from everywhere. Like it's like it was like Spiral, but like fusion spirals, but like more consistent and just like is wild. So that makes sense. The Elf makes a lot of sense just because it's generic, but like this is the thing. Like every time you make a card generic, like what do you think is gonna happen? Like it's gonna get abused, and this kind of does hit tier 2, but this hits Sprite more. So if they hit Totally Awesome too, I'm gonna be even more upset because like I like Paleo. I kind of like play the frog stuff. This hurts, I think, more than Gigantic to an extent, because like if you hit Gigantic and left Elf and Sprint, they can still do like Sprite stuff. It'd just be like a poor man's Gigantic, but also just the fact that Elf was such a menace for your inboards because you couldn't really out Baguska with Druid's Worm because like tier could end with Elf pointing to Baguska, and like you can't just Druid's Worm send the Baguska, and that's such a problem for my branded deck because like I just can't out Baguska, but now I can. So I'm okay with this. Like I feel like it was eventually down the line these hits were gonna be warranted. I think it's a little early, but hey, you know what? They didn't want to wait till the YCSs, so this does mean that people might still play these decks, but it might change some people's opinions or change what they want. So okay, limited. They hit. Oh snap! Well, I felt like these should have been up here, but like I guess they want the Ishizu cards to stick around. But like yeah, these cards, these could have been a month old, and these could have warranted an emergency ban list. The Ishizu cards are what made tier without the Ishizu cards, I think, was not like that menacing. It was still a really really powerful deck, but tier without the Ishizu cards, Sprite was like keeping tier in check. Like Sprite and tier were like neck and neck with each other, but then when the Ishizu cards came out, tier just overwhelmed. Like they just overpowered everything, bro. And like really, Sprite has been in their shadow. Like before the Ishizu cards came out, I think tier was and Sprite were around the same power level. Oh, they hit Kelback too, and they hit so they just hit all of them. Okay, so we're playing one of each. I mean, you're still gonna play them because they're good cards, but this is just kind of crazy. I'm not gonna miss these cards. I'm not gonna lie. I've always struggled against these cards, and they just let the field spell do so much more than they had business doing with the field spell, like just on command. Oh my! They don't want anybody to play tier, bro. Like this is kind of wild. I don't even think OCG went this ham, or I think actually this is exactly what OCG did, but this is I think a little bit too much. I don't think any deck's been... Well, Spiral kind of got destroyed like that, but it was slowly but surely. Like, Spiral got their cards hit here and there. Like, they just recently... The last time Spiral got hit, they finally got rid of Master Plan. You know what I mean? But, like, they just went after tiers. Like, I think they went a little too ham. Tier could have... They could have left it decent or, like, playable. It's playable, it seems. Like, you could still play it. It's just not the same, though. Like, you have to put so much filler to like make up for that lack of engine and consistency. That's, oh my god. Oh Jesus! I didn't mean to use his name in vain. Okay, Ancient Fairy Dragon. That's my boy. I'm not complaining about that at all. Like, this makes Destrudo better because like Destrudo, they freed Destrudo on I think like the last ban list, and this like makes ABC able to do stuff like they used to before. But also it just like makes Destrudo really cool and like decks that play different fields. I just like this. I like this a lot. I like the give and take there. Any deck can play this, Destrudo, Magnamut. I was told that the effect's gonna change, but I don't know what it is. I just know that right now Ancient Fairy is like one of those cards where if you had to pick like a generic synchro back in that era, it was Ancient Fairy. That's what everybody went after. This and Omega at that time frame in that era was this Omega and Trish were like menaces. Like nobody, and they hit Trish and just like brought it back anyways. But yeah, nobody was gonna miss those. No semi-limited. They could have just put Desire to 3 though. They definitely could have just put it to 3. It wasn't. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Oh wow, bro, that's crazy. They knew what we were gonna think. Like they knew as soon as they took off Ancient Fairy, we'd be like, yeah, we want to play Shudo again. So they gave it to us at 3. They gave us back Jet. They gave us back Olion. Like a lot of the cards that they hit, they decided to hit these to keep Christian Haku Fibrax in the format for a longer period of time. And then it's again a give and a take. Once they ban that card, there's no reason to leave these on the list, you know. So it's about time. This is long overdue. Oh, why didn't they take Diagram off though? If you're going this approach, why don't you just give us back Diagram and Masterpiece? Like, let me play my True King Xings again. Like this is nice though. I like this. This is really really crazy for Dinos specifically. They're gonna use this card the best. They abuse this card the best. This card enables so much. Dinos kind of looking nice, especially like tier is people are probably still gonna try and keep the dream alive. Oh, Yada's off. Okay. Oh, bro! Please, let me refresh this. This can't be true. Oh snap! Even though I don't have Electromite still, I'll take this, bro. I will take this gladly. So I don't really care then. That's fine. You could have banned all the sprites. You could have like limited all the sprites, limited all the tiers. You didn't even have to give me back Ancient Fairy. You can take, you know what? You can keep the Stormwinds like from the flu. You could take that. Give me back my Servant, bro. This is everything. This is the best part of this whole list. I don't care about nothing else, bro. I don't care about nothing else. Oh, they gave us back Resort. That's funny. That's so funny, bro. That is so funny to me. What are they thinking? Like, are they gonna slowly like? They're just. They know what they're doing, bro. They're clever. But Servant, where's my baby at? My boy, we're waiting for the day. But still, Servant and like Endymion, the Pendulum deck, like, or even just as an engine where you're playing like good stuff or pure indie, no one's been playing it. So it's like this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. What are they thinking? You know, they're like, oh, it's not like it's gonna do anything anyways. But with that approach, I definitely feel like a lot of the Pendulum stuff, or pretty much all of it, just shouldn't be on the list anymore. Like, next, I want Astro back at 3. I want Electromite. I want them to bring it back to 1 and then bring it back to 3. You know, I don't ever want to see Maxi back, but Electromite. And what else would really just be so insane if they give it back to us for pinned? I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, Pankratops, I thought for sure, like, there's some speculation that this would come back to 3. I guess they still, you know, it would be nice because, like, it does have synergy with the, what are they called, with the Cashier stuff. Not that much, not that great. It doesn't mesh well. But, like, it's just a card that just makes sense. Like, people say, you know, if you're allowed to have 3 Fenrir, why can't you just have three Spankratops? Which does make a lot of sense. But, yeah, I would like also Monkey Board to just be back at 3. Just give us back Astrograph Sorcerer back at 3. And then while you're at it, give me Diagram back at 3. Go ahead and also give me back my Into the Voids. What else do I want? I want Reasoning back at 3. I want Sekka's Light back at 3. I want Set Rotation back at 3. I also want Engage back at 3. I also would like Terraforming back at 3. And you know what? Give me back all my Striker cards because Strikers, they deserve it. There are some decks that have been punished longer than Striker, or for shorter periods of time than Striker, and got their cards back completely. But with Striker, like, even if it engages at 3, even if all these cards are at full power, like in that format that we were just in, which we're coming out of basically, because I don't think anybody's gonna want to keep playing tier. Like, it was like Striker was just gonna dominate. So like, these are things that I'm desiring. When I see Forbidden and Limitless and stuff, I look for what they take off more so than what they're gonna put on the list, because I don't really care for cards getting banned. I feel like a lot of stuff, it just comes to the design of the card in the first place. If they had design in mind and they knew like how generic cards would be abused, a lot of cards would never touch the list because the way they were designed, they would be locked into their archetype. Now with tiers, that is an exception because it's not like you just play them in any deck. But for a deck to be so good, to have interruptions coming from every single area, like it's so much that you have to play through, and the way that this deck plays is like when you're playing Fluunderies, like you're always playing and interacting your opponent's turn, and this is like the first deck that I've seen that consistently has turn 0 interactions via engine. Like this deck can literally set itself up. Like this deck can have a better main phase than you have on your first turn, and they're on their turn 0, and then their main phase is still crazy too. But like this makes so much sense to me. I just think it's too soon. But let me know what you guys think. I know I'm a little bit late to it, but this is my last. This isn't even my off day. I'm going back to work in like an hour. But my last 3 off days, I've just been in the studio. I just met a new engineer, and we were making some R&B tracks. So I have not really been on the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for a minute. So God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. I'm definitely gonna be making some new stuff. Like I'm definitely gonna be messing around with some of the cards they give us back, especially the Servant. So you guys better be looking forward to that because it's been so long, yo. Peace.